my name is Ratu Fitriandani, my student ID 2301X041, and in this video, I will discuss narrative text about The Ugly Duckling.
Hello everyone, my name is Sabrina Nabila. My ID student is 2301X1X9, and I will discuss my narrative text to you guys.
Hi guys, my name is Nadhirah Kanahaya Rizaldi and my student ID is 23018113, and this time I will explain about narrative text. The title is Golden Egg.
But before we go into our text, let's know about what is narrative text. So, narrative text is a type of text that tells a story or describe a sequence of events. It can take a various form, including novel, short stories, fables, folktales, myths, legend, anecdote, and personal narrative. This is my narrative text. And the generic structure of my narrative text is: first, orientation; second, complication; and the last, resolution. Let's move to our first question. And here's our first question. Why did the baby duck decide to leave home? With three options: A, he saw a swan; B, he is trying to catch a kid; and C, he saw his reflection and thought nobody liked him because he was ugly. Do you know what is the answer? Yes. Let's move to our text. My reading technique for this question is scanning. Scanning is a method for search specific information. After we are read my text again, my answer from my question is in first paragraph and the last sentence. One day, he saw his reflection within the water and cried, "Nobody likes me because I'm so ugly." He decided to go away from home and went far off into the woods. So, the answer is C. He saw his reflection and thought nobody liked him because he was ugly. This is our second question. Where the ugly duckling spend the winter? A, a cottage; B, marshy pond; and C, lake. For answer our question, let's move again to our text. I use scanning method. Remember, if scanning is a method for search specific information. So, the answer in second paragraph and the last sentence. The sentence is, the ugly duckling spent the winter in a very marshy lake. So, the answer is B. Question number 3. Who took the ugly duckling to home after going away from cottage? A, a peasant; B, a hen; and C, beautiful swan. Do you know what the answer? Let's read again our ugly duckling text. I use scanning method for search specific information. The answer in second paragraph in fourth sentence. A peasant took him home to his woman and kids. So the answer is A, a peasant. Number 4. What the ugly duckling saw in the cottage? A, a cat, hen, and a man; B, a hen, cat, and an old woman; C, a hen, cat, and swan. What is the answer? Yes. Let's read to our narrative text. I use scanning method again for search specific information. And the answer in first sentence. Deep within the forest, he saw a cottage in which there lived an old lady, her hen, and her cat. So the answer is B. A hen, cat, and an old woman. And this is our last question. Question number 5. When the ugly duckling saw a gorgeous one? A, winter; B, summer; and C, spring. Let's read our text again. I use scanning method for search specific information. And the answer in third paragraph in first and second sentence. The sentence is, finally spring arrived. One day, the duckling saw a gorgeous swan swimming within the lake and fell in love with her. So, the answer is C, spring.
So, the title of my narrative text is The Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Let's move on to the first question. The first question is, who is the pretty princess who has skin as white as snow and her lip as red as blood? A. Aladdin, B. Snow White, C. Cinderella. Let's take a look at the text. To find the answer of this question, I used a scanning method to find the answer. Scanning method is a way to find a specific information from the text. So, the answer of this question is on the second paragraph and the first sentence. As the time glided by, finally a queen gave birth to a really pretty princess whose skin was as white as snow and whose lips were as red as blood. And the third sentence is she was referred to as a Snow White. So, the answer for this question is B. Snow White. The second question is, why did the queen ask the huntsman to kill Snow White? A. Because Snow White is prettier than the queen. B. Because Snow White has an apple. C. Because Snow White has a good skin. Let's take a look in the text. The answer for this question is on the third paragraph and the last sentence. However, one day, the mirror answered that the queen was so stunning, but Snow White was rather more stunning than the queen. It created the queen so angry that she gave order to at least one of her huntsmen to require Snow White into the woods and kill her. So, from the sentence, we know that the answer for this question is A, because Snow White is prettier than the queen. The next question is, where does Snow White go after she runs from the huntsman? S. B. Woods. C. Lake. The answer for this question is on the fourth paragraph and the third sentence. In her fleeing into the woods, she found an area in which 7 dwarfs live. So that we know that Snow White go after she runs from the huntsman is B. Woods. Okay, the next question is, what did the queen give to Snow White after knowing that she was still alive? A. A pineapple. B. An apple. C. A poisoned apple. Let's find the answer on the text. The answer for this question is on the sixth paragraph and the last sentence. She gave Snow White the poisoned apple to eat, and as presently as she bit the apple, she sank into a state of mind. So, from this sentence, we know that the answer for this question is C, a poisoned apple. So, the last question is, how did Snow White wake up after eating the poisoned apple? A. A prince comes and kisses her. B. A prince gave her another apple. C. A prince came to give her some money. So, the answer for this question is on the last paragraph and the third sentence. One day, the prince was riding through the forest, searching for Snow White and located her. He leaned over and kissed her. She opened her eyes and sat up with a smile. We know that the answer for this question is A. A prince comes and kisses her.
So here's the text we will discuss. Before we discuss the question, we will discuss the generic structure first. The generic structure of narrative text consists of orientation, complication, and resolution. So here's the generic structure of this text. Okay, next we will discuss 5 questions about this text. The first question is, find out the main idea of each paragraph. To answer that question, we can use the skimming method. The method is to look at the first and the last sentence of a paragraph. As you know, usually the main idea is located at the beginning or at the end of the paragraph. But if it's not there, we can infer the first and last sentence. For the first paragraph, we can infer the first sentence and last sentence, so that the main idea is a poor farmer lost his entire livestock to a flood and received a goose from an old man. For the second paragraph is the same as for the first paragraph, where we summarize the first and last sentence. So we can conclude that the main idea of the second paragraph is the farmer found a golden egg and his livelihood improved. For the last paragraph, we only see at the first sentence. So the main idea is the farmer became lazy, arrogant, and spendthrift. Okay, let's continue to the next question. The question number 2 until 5 are WH question. To answer the WH question, we can use the scanning technique. Scanning is a fast reading technique to find specific information without reading the entire text. The trick is to use the keyword in the question, then look for the keyword in the reading text. So let's continue to the second question. The question is, what did the old man give? In this question, the keyword is gave. Going back to the text, the word gave can be found in the first paragraph in the fourth sentence. He gave him a goose. So the answer is the old man gave him a goose. The third question is, where does the story take place? In this text, a place or location is found in the first sentence of the first paragraph, which is a remote village in central China. So, the answer is the story takes place in remote village in central China. Moving on to the fourth question. Why did the old man come to the farmer? To answer question number 4, focus on the word why and old man. This word indicates that we are looking for the reason behind the old man action. The reason of the old man is in the fourth sentence of the first paragraph. So the answer to the question is because the old man pays his house and took pity on him. Okay, for last question is, how did the old man speak when he pays the farmer? The answer is located in the last sentence of the first paragraph. So the answer is, the old man said, I don't have any expensive thing to give you and hope this goose will help you to ease your hardship.